All right, I am at the Palm Beach International Boat Show at the Solace booth, and we're going to check out this 37 Pilot that they just debuted at the Miami Boat Show, I believe, so it has not been out for long. Before we get into it, we're going to start here all the way aft with these triple Mercury 400s. So you know this thing is going to move. How fast can it go? Flat out, this thing is going to be good for 67, 68 miles per hour, believe it or not. That's extremely impressive. However, you can dial it back and you can cruise pretty well in the mid 30s, absolutely no problem. And when you dial it down for your best cruise, you're still going to be going around 32-ish miles an hour, I believe, and nearly 500 miles of range at that point. So we're going to get on board the boat here in just a second after these gentlemen get done with what they're after, and then we'll do our thing as well. So immediately stepping into the aft cockpit here. Actually, before we do that, going to have that dive door there, so that would close, that would flip down on top of it, and there is a ladder in that compartment that pops out there. So a lot going on, a lot to talk about back here, despite this being just a 37-foot boat. So hanging out here all the way at the transom, you're gonna have a cutting board there, some pretty cool seats there, and then that's just gonna not have anything on top of it. However, I imagine you could get something built there. That's just gonna be a live well on that side, and then underneath the cutting board on the other side and underneath the seat, just more space, much like we just saw underneath of there. And then got some rocket launchers there on the back of that seat. Of course, these are gonna be some armrests that flip down, flip up as you see fit. Nice little step there for when you're sitting back there. And we're gonna take a quick look in this panel underneath this down here. A couple things going on down here. This is gyroscopically stabilized, so that is gonna be hanging out down there. That's gonna be that unit there. All the way aft, of course, that's a tank there, and then there's some batteries hanging out in that compartment as well underneath the side we're standing on. So really easy to open it, close it, doing it there one-handed while I'm on the camera. Nice little seating space for about 3 people across the back there. And then above that is something I really want to point out. Cool little entertainment center, if you want to call it that there. So you got twin JL audio speakers, and something really cool that I've only seen on some really higher end boats. They're going to be having like that Garmin display there. They've got that fish finder demo going right now. I don't know how well you can see it, but that just really ties in the fishing space here on the back of the boat with the technology available today. So all sorts of stuff going on here. Rocket launchers absolutely everywhere on this boat, and that is the fly bridge up there that they do have on this boat, and we'll get up there in just a bit. Before we walk forward, I guess I'll show underneath my feet. Gonna have the fish boxes down quite a ways down either side of the boat here, and be a subwoofer hanging out there. On this side, you're gonna have space to hide rods and equipment down there as well. So in the name is Pilot. That means you're gonna have this enclosed pilot house, so it is climate controlled in there. We'll peek in there real quick. So you're gonna have 3 abreast seating there at the helm, and the AC is running. So it's actually quite chilly in here right now, despite being, I don't even know, it's hot out here in Florida today. You can't miss it. 2 massive Garmin displays there. Cradle for charging your phone wirelessly, zip wake trim system there, and then buttons for various systems on the boat, and then some more traditional controls with the joystick and throttle levers there next to the steering wheel. I should note the floor that I'm stepping on is extremely cushy, comfy, cozy. Yeah, like that's the first thing that stepped out to me, honestly, as I stepped into the helm space on this boat. So we're just gonna go ahead and close that door behind us, and we got a couple options here. So I think I'm gonna save the fly bridge for last so I can struggle with that with the camera and do my thing there. So we're gonna step down here into the cabin on this boat. So just a little bit of space down here. Immediately we're greeted by that door there. That's just gonna be a wet head. So yeah, it's a wet head, it's tight, it's cozy, all that stuff in there. But that's just going to be some controls up there for HVAC and some other systems on the boat, battery chargers, what have you. Behind that panel is just access to some electrical systems. No need to go digging through there. I'm sure you already saw it as we came in here. There is just going to be that berth there. You could sleep 2 people across there if you wanted to. And underneath, they've actually given us some storage as well. So we'll close that back up and make our way forward into the bow, which is actually a pretty nice area on this boat. I'm excited to show it off. So maybe seen it already a little bit, but you're gonna get a pair of loungers there, and then you have some seating forward in the front area of the boat, and comfortably between those 2 loungers and this seating, get probably 6 people squeezed in up here, not too bad. And just really a great space to hang out on the boat. And we'll just take a peek back there and foreshadow that fly bridge that I'm somehow gonna scale with this camera in my hand, I guess. So underneath these though, just pop that up. It's on a gas strut, of course, and that's just storage under either side of the seating area here at the front. Numerous compartments there along the side. Not gonna go through every single one of them. So much storage on this boat, I'd be here all day doing that. A little there we go. Armrest with a cup holder there, pops out from the center between those 2 loungers. And I love the pattern they've got going on. Kind of already saw it, but not a true diamond, but they're not connected, but still looks really good. And just a classy look to the boat, no doubt. And one item of note coming down the side here, these nice rails. They're soft touch, so that's pretty cool. And then one little thing just to point out here, obviously gunnel's nice and wide. Get your feet up there, do what you have to for working, fishing, all that good stuff. But this little guy's cool. It's magnetic, so you try to knock it over and it just sits there. But that was just a fascinating little thing there. However, I think it's time to try to scale this thing with one hand. So not too bad, actually. I'm gonna climb on up in here, scoot on under this structure above me, and that'll allow us to pop up here into the fly bridge. So that went a lot better than I thought it would. I hopped up in the seat, so I guess, yeah, you could sit up here, man it if you would like to. Most likely you're probably gonna be standing when you're running the boat from up here. You do get one of those large Garmin displays hiding underneath that cover there, and fairly standard controls otherwise here with your throttles, joystick control, trim system, all that stuff. You even get the little inductive phone charging cradle there and a Fusion Audio remote head unit. So that is the view standing at the helm. So absolutely great lines of sight off of this thing, no doubt, as you would expect. But I'm gonna try to navigate back down, but I think I'm gonna finish the video up here so it's not too difficult to navigate getting back down. Even got some JL audio speakers hanging out with you up here all the way on the fly bridge, so very good. But in any case, I'm gonna hop up here in the seat and we're gonna call it a video. So that was the Solace 37 Pilot here at the Palm Beach Boat Show. Really cool boat. A lot going on with this thing. Super versatile, super fast too, believe it or not, with all the horsepower they have behind this thing, 1200 at that. Absolutely urge you to come on out, check this boat out. Super cool boat, does a lot of things like I said. There's obviously, I didn't get into every nook and cranny, so there is a lot more that you could get into on this boat. The folks over at Solace would love to help you out, answer any questions you may have, and figure out how to get you out and see one of these boats in person if that's something you may be interested in. So feel free to reach out to them. But that's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching.